What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boston Clinic. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the LDBC, the YTBC. We working. And this is the Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence, Lamont Peterson prediction video. We gonna break down Lamont Peterson taking on Errol Spence at the Brooklyn Barclays Center. And first off, this is an okay fight. I'm not excited about this fight, but it's the first major fight of the year. First major card. I've seen the first fight of the year look a lot worse than this. But, credit to Lamont Peterson for stepping up, giving up his WBA title and his regular WBA title to face Errol Spence for the IBF championship. Now, Lamont Peterson passed up a title eliminator versus Errol Spence before, along with Konstantin Pulemarv and a couple other guys, that was, could have fought Errol Spence for the IBF. Sammy Vasquez passed it up, just to name a few. And it's an okay fight. And by the way, got some breaking news coming down as well. We changed the live show. If I haven't told you guys yet, it's going to be Wednesday. I'm going to try to set it up for Wednesday afternoon around 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be falling on either 5 or sometime between that time and 8. Also, I've decided to do a live commentary stream, giving the play-by-play and my thoughts as the fight rolls on with Peterson and Errol Spence. So look out for that. I started up at the Javier Fortuna and Robert Easter Jr. fight. We'll talk about the fight and go live and give scorecards out. Y'all can come do the live chat and stuff of that nature. But to break down the fight. Strengths and weaknesses. I guess we go back to basics. This is a big fight, so I do it the proper way. I break down fights. Strengths for Lamont Peterson. Experience in this fight. He's an experienced fighter. He's been 12 rounds, hard rounds before. I'm not sure if Errol Spence has been 12 hard rounds. I don't think he's been 12 rounds before. So that's, experience. Also for Lamont, he's technically pretty good. He's technical. He don't do a lot of flashy stuff, but he's very tactical. He got a very good jab. He got good footwork. He's more than your textbook basic fighter. I think he takes it up a notch from that. As well, he's a good athlete. He's tough. He has a lot of heart. Like I said, the foot movement is pretty good. He's able to bang on the inside, the versatility, fight from the pocket, fight from the outside. He's an overall very, very good fighter. He's good at a lot of things. He's good at the mid-range. He's good at the long range. He's good up close, beating the body down. He's a very, very solid fighter. And his corner is very, very well schooled with Barry Hunter. And he's a tough kid. And I got a lot of respect for Lamont Peterson. Like I said, the body, the jab, the footwork, the experience. He's very tactical. Technical, excuse me. And he's a solid foe. Solid as they come. Even at this old point in his career, he's still solid. He don't seem so much shop worn. He still seems like he got the juices flowing. He took some time off. He's a good fighter, and both of these guys are solid guys. You talk about Errol Spence. What's the strength about Errol Spence? Cutting the ring off for me first. A lot of people forget. They talk about, Lamont can move like Danny did with Danny Garcia. Errol Spence is wonderful at cutting the ring off. He's wonderful. Got a wonderful jab. It's different from Lamont's jab. Excellent body puncher. Very tough. His size, his physical gifts at 147. His mentality to go for the finish, to be a finisher. His power. And pretty much that's it for him, man. That's it. You talk about the weaknesses of both guys. Start off with Spence. A lot of people say Spence don't move his head, but he's not trained to move his head. You can say that he doesn't have a upper body movement. They work on, like Derek James, I heard in the interview, they work on the legs. He moves with his legs to avoid, contact. His footwork, cutting the ring off, allows him to be in a position where, he don't have to move his head. That's what he said they work on. The feet is able to put him in positions not to get hit so much. But I think he does need to move his head some, but that's their philosophy. I may have explained it wrong, but, that's what they say they do. He said they don't work on the head movement so much. They work on the base movement. But as well, like I said, I don't think he's been 12 rounds. Errol Spence, so that's a question. Even though in the Kell Brook fight, he kind of answered that. The later the fight went on, the stronger you went. But he still don't have the experience in those championship rounds, I don't believe. Going deep in them, at least. I think about him boxing on the outside. I think that might be a little bit of weakness. We haven't seen a lot from it. Kell Brook was able to, win some on the outside with Errol Spence. And I think, if Lamont's going to have some success, he's going to have to box with him on the outside, in my opinion. Try to box and move and mix it up. But, I think long range is an issue for Errol Spence, in my opinion. And a lot of people tend to disagree. It's just I haven't seen him dominate or really fight nobody on the outside because probably he didn't have to. He's able to cut the ring off so good that he don't have to. And pretty much that's it that I see as weaknesses for Errol Spence. Lamont Peterson, just lack of power. I think that's been one of his biggest issues as a pro. He just doesn't possess enough power to really knock and hurt guys as often, especially at 147. I think the power is an issue. I think the chin, he's been down several times versus Victor Ortiz, down by Timothy Bradley, knocked out by Lucas Matisse. I think the chin is an issue as well. And also for Lamont, age. He's been worn down a little bit. He's been in a lot of wars of late. He's been in wars with Felix Diaz, Averesian. Both of those fights was harder than they had to be with him. And I think that's it for Lamont. There's not too many weaknesses in Lamont's game, in my opinion. But to break down the strategy to end the video, what Lamont needs to do to win this fight is throw a lot of change-up balls. Throw a lot of different pitches. Change-up, fastball, curveball. He needs to throw a lot of different looks at Errol Spence early and stick with him, and then switch it up when it needs to be switching up, like in the manual gears on a manual shift on the car. He needs to, kind of lull him to sleep, box him a little bit, then jump inside and I'll work him a little bit. When Errol Spence get to work, tie him up, spin out, use that good jab that he got, box him on the outside, jab, jab. Errol Spence is a southpaw, move away from that left hand, jab, jab, put the right hand in, jump in, grab, hold, then go to the off the break, stay on the inside, work, then going back on the mid range, jab, jab, pause, make him freeze Errol Spence. Errol Spence come in, jab, jab, right hand behind the jab, spin out, tie up. You get the gist. You can't orchestrate a fight like I said it, but he needs to do something to mix him up and keep him all balanced during the rounds, and continue. Don't forget his body attack. Errol Spence gives it to the body. We haven't seen him take it to the body as much. So I think sustain the body attack, mix up the attack, use the jab. Jab, jab, jab when in doubt. Jab, jab, jab some more when you not in doubt. And keep that jab on Errol Spence to give him something to think about, and rock the body and maintain the distance that you want to fight at. And for Errol Spence, easy. Go in there with no respect for Lamont Peterson. I know it sounds disrespectful and savagery, but no respect. Start off fast. You put your jab on him, take away his jab down the middle, close the distance on him, and beat him from goalpost to goalpost till he gets knocked out. Kill the body, kill the head. Don't let this fight go to a place that you've never been before in your career. As easy as that. Use the jab, come out aggressive, kill the body, rock the head, uppercut up the split his high guard, and Lamont Peterson. Keep splitting the guard, body. Jump on him early, but pace yourself. We don't tire yourself out, and he should be able to do what he got to do. But if it does go longer than that, for Errol Spence, jab, jab, jab as well, and come down, cut the ring off, kill the body, and Lamont to be ready to go. I expect Errol Spence to knock out Lamont Peterson in 6 rounds. Barry Hunter throws in the towel. This the Box Clinic. We gone.